Hello, I'm Lelda Smits for the Finance News Network, and joining me from Canadian investment manager Presima is Portfolio Manager Asia Pacific, Marc-Andre Flageole. Marc-Andre, welcome to FNN.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Could you start by introducing Presima? What do you primarily invest in?
Presima is a boutique investment manager that invests in global real estate securities, and we've been investing in this space since 1999.
What is Presima's investment strategy? How do you identify opportunities within the global listed real estate market?
Yes, we believe that in the long term, real estate securities will offer returns that are consistent with physical real estate, but that the market offers some temporary mispricing, and we strive at identifying those mispricing in a consistent manner. To do so, we look at three elements in real estate securities: the management teams and their ability to add value to shareholders for the long term, the assets of the REITs, looking at their location, their productivity, their quality, and the lease terms and the tenants, and finally the capital markets in which the securities trade. And to do so, we do on-the-ground research and a lot of management meetings. Globally, we meet about 500 companies per year. And myself, for instance, I'm responsible for the Asia Pacific region, and I spend 6 to 8 weeks here in the region per year.
So Marc-Andre, what are the key benefits of investing in Presima?
Presima is a high conviction firm as we dedicate all our efforts to global real estate securities. The flagship product of the firm has one of the longest track records amongst our peers and holds only 30 to 40 names globally. What that means for investors is that we get an exposure that's different from benchmarks, meaning that we invest in securities not because they are large in indices, but because they really represent the best opportunities for our clients on a global basis.
What are the main differences between Australian real estate investment trusts and global real estate investment trusts, and how does that apply to Presima's strategy?
So REITs are a subset of global REITs, and they account for approximately 8% of the global REIT market today. Typically, REITs in today's market would offer dividends that are higher than global REITs and potentially more stable, and that's a function of annual rent escalation that we see embedded in REITs contracts. If you look at the leverage side of the equation, since the GFC, the REITs have delevered to a large extent, and they're now offering leverage levels that are lower than the global average.
And what are the key risks Presima is considering right now?
From a sector perspective, the main risk we view are in the commercial property space in Europe, particularly in France for the retail and office sector. We do view as well the markets like the Hong Kong and Singapore residential space as being at risk in the next 12 months of experiencing a correction. So this is where we see the main risks.
Turning to your outlook for the sector, how do you see the global listed property market trending in 2014?
Yes, so 2013 was a difficult year for global REITs as they underperformed global equities by a wide margin. And we believe that going to 2014, we are in a good shape. Looking at slow but steady economic growth, looking at earnings growth from REITs globally that are also growing their dividends, looking at the interest for commercial property by large institutional investors, we are positive for 2014.
And in Australia, what is your outlook for Australian real estate investment trusts this year?
So we're actually quite positive, cautiously positive on the REITs, as we believe they will deliver steady and potentially growing yields to their investors, but also a potential for capital appreciation if fundamentals do stabilize this year.
So finally, can Australians invest in Presima, and how can they invest?
Yes, Australians can invest in Presima. We have an Australian unit trust, and more information is available on the NAB Invest website or by contacting your local NAB Invest representative. There's a PDS available online, and the minimum investment is $20,000.
Marc-Andre Flageole, thank you for the introduction to Presima.
My pleasure, thanks.